Hey folks, Dude here, coming at you, and it's going to be Friday, July 1st. Hope you guys have a good holiday weekend, all the rest of good stuff like that there, and I guess it's time for our Friday free-for-all kind of mini update. What have I noticed over the last week? Number one, it has been teased, it's been bandied about, and of course Trump is now teasing who he wants to be for vice president. It's come down to two people, and either one of these I think would be a decent choice. I prefer one of them over the other. Obviously, you're going to know which one it is. But the short list for VP before the Republican National Convention seems to be it's going to be Chris Christie, the governor from New Jersey, and, of course, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. Now, either of these two guys is pretty decent. I kind of prefer Newt Gingrich. You know, contract with America and all the good history like that. History buff like you don't want to know. You do not play Jeopardy with Newt Gingrich if you're smart, because he's just going to wipe the floor with you. It's not even going to be pretty, okay? He is an absolute PhD level guy for American history, world history, and just general knowledge. The guy's scary, scary smart. Now, by and large, his time in the Congress of the United States and all the rest of the good stuff that he did, he was effective, okay? He got in there, and I know the media demonized him, and they absolutely hated. Let's do this right. They hated Newt Gingrich. I mean, they absolutely hated him, and in levels, depths, and breadths that I simply cannot express in polite conversation. They just truly saw him as the world's worst guy to deal with, because he was effective, he was knowledgeable, and he picked apart every single one of their arguments, so much so that a news geek threw herself on a sword to be a total dumbass and try to set up his mom for a gotcha question. Newt Gingrich's mom was asked pointedly, so what does Newt say behind the scenes about, somebody? Well, is it, I can't really say in polite conversation, and the chick's name, I believe, was Connie Chung. And she said, "Oh, just between you and me." She goes, "Oh, he calls her a bitch." And, the little old lady kind of style of saying the B word, she's a bitch. But literally, that was what they tried to really hold over Newt Gingrich's head by him expressing that somebody that he deals with, he has problems with, and describes them as a female dog. So, literally what happened is this just between you and me thing blow up in this news geek's face, and, well, she got her ass tossed. She got thrown into the S-can, read like the S-hit can of news media, pretty much along the lines of like Dan Blather and the other recent geek, whatever. When these guys really do stuff that's so beyond the pale and they get tossed, it's good shiznit. Either one of these two guys would be good. I really am not a huge fan of Chris Christie, but you know what? If you're going to be a Republican and you do stuff that's somewhat effective in New Jersey, New Jersey. I'm in New York, okay? It's like a give and take thing. You really can't say why, but you don't like New Jersey. Guys in New Jersey don't like New York. We don't really even know why. It's kind of like the North and the South. No, it's not like the North and the South. It's more like the East and the West, okay? That's all I have to say about that one. So anyway, the news media is now trying to stick Trump with something. By and large, one of the last interviews I saw with Bill O'Reilly was effing ridiculous. Every time he asked Trump a question, Trump was going to no, but don't you think, no, and they literally were having to talk over each other, and it was just repugnant, okay? You never see Bill O'Reilly do that with Barack Obama. I mean, it's more a case of, well, Barry, sticking his nose so far up his poop chute that, well, he's probably sniffing the last meal. It is ridiculous the way that some of these news guys do stuff. And Fox News between, I'm not even going to mention her name, but Smegan Smelly. Okay, Smegan Smelly, that's how I'm going to pronounce her name. Smegan Smelly and her attacks on Trump. And of course, Bill O'Reilly's just ridiculous stuff that he's been doing. It's showing Fox to not be the alternative media. It's showing it to be pretty much the same bunch of guys who are trying to sing a different song but singing the same tune. Now, of that, Smegan, I'm sure Smegan's going to run it for all it's worth, and she's pretty much going to go, okay, fine, I want the big paycheck, and she's going to slide over to CNN. Why? Because CNN is starting to get now better ratings than Fox. Because people are saying, you know what, Fox, click, not liking what you're saying. You know what, you guys were supposedly saying you're the alternative. You know, you're the other breath of fresh air. You're the alternative to the mainstream media's guff. And people are just saying, you know what, I'm just not listening to the crap. Click. And they're turning it off. And they're going to Drudge. They're going to Breitbart. And they're going to a whole bunch of other blogs. And they're just not dealing with watching cable for the 5 seconds of, little scintilla of information that you're getting out of like 3 hours of fluff. With all the things flashed around underneath and blinky bloopy. Being a dyslexic, it is literally like playing a video game while trying to do high calculus when they're talking in a block about this big, and then you have all this scrolling text and flashing graphics and things flipping around and all kinds of stupid stuff. Doesn't need to have happen. When you have 3 or 4 crawls all going at once and this box flipping in the corner telling you that you're on Fox, it's time to turn off the television, okay? You guys are putting too much crap on there with too little content, and I'm refusing to take part in it, okay? I don't need to source you guys from these things. I can go to, of all things, I can go to the website I'm associated with, aroundthecabin.com, and I think it's actually news.aroundthecabin.com, or it might be aroundthecabin.com, aroundthecabin.news.com. I'll find it correct when I'll put in the annotations here, but it is a constant live feed, okay? It is the stuff that those guys look at to put the news on and go, oh, okay, we just heard 5 seconds ago. No, it was more like about 35 minutes ago. Well, we just heard dog bites man, cat bites dog. Both of them go tumbling down the stairwell in flames. Then it exploded with a train wreck and all this other happy horse stuff. These guys are relying on those news feeds. We give you those news feeds, okay? You have no reason to get the filtered pap version of some stupid talking head with tons of flashy bleepy things and it'll just drive me crazy. Ugh. Okay, on a personal note, I will tell you guys, I'm not showing you like namesake for what it is. I'm just showing you what it is. These flavored sparkling waters, seltzer waters, what have you, these things rock, but you got to read the ingredients. This one basically just says spring water, natural flavors, and you drink it, man. This stuff really is pretty much just, it's water and essential oils. They probably take the leftover peels that they make like lemonade with, and they're like, oh, what are you going to do with all these lemon peels? Well, we'll just make, water out of them. Okay. So they basically, and it's good, man. You don't even need to have sugar in this stuff, and it is a wonderful alternative when it's hot out to pounding down, sugar-loaded sodas, and it's just a good alternative. Besides the other factors, you also know it is a decent source of water, and it's been filtered, and I like sparkling water to begin with. This stuff is just, it's the cat's pajamas when it's like cold. Good burpability. All right, folks, I'm going to break up on this one. Have a good weekend and all the rest of the good stuff like that there, and I'll see you guys bright and shiny on Monday, probably like afternoon. Stand by in the news stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous idiocy, and you don't need the bleeping, blooping, flashy crawls, and it's crap. All right, guys, I'm going to break up with this one. You get continuing as always, you know it, you love it. Oh, stupid news media sucks, not goodness. Ugh. See you guys.